Hello viewer, hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching. Once again, welcome to my today's video, today's vlog. And in today's vlog, I'm doing it from my farm, Michorani farm. I'm in Kibwezi East, Kambu area, the region of Kambu sub-county, Makueni County, Kenya, East Africa. In today's video, I decided to ultimately show you my water tower, where I intend to give you the costing on how to do such a water tower. This is the place where I store water for my drip irrigation and for watering my orchard. All these fruits up to that extent, that is the success of my water tower. All these mango trees behind here, these are green grams which are almost ready for picking, and pigeon peas which I've planted, but this is through natural rainwater. But to that extent, these are all fruits courtesy of my water tower. That is what I use to drip through button irrigation. So in today's episode, I want to specifically focus on my water tower. So come along. With me here is my very good friend, Anthony. How are you? Say hi to viewers. And now this is the structure. Which structure I chose to erect it here. If you look at the landscape, if you look at my landscape from that end all the way through this area, that is my homestead. Through this area there is a depression down here, there is a depression, and then across to where the mango, my orchard is. This is the road. This is the road, a tarmac road around Michorani area. That is what connects our local markets, our main road. So I chose, firstly, when you want to erect a water tower, you choose the highest point in your farm. You choose the highest point in your farm so that all what you do with your water is through gravity. When you choose the highest point, you are guaranteed of gravity and sufficient pressure. In water terms, they call it sufficient bar. I mean, the pressure, the bar in the pressure of your water should be sufficient to push, or rather to enable you irrigate. So this is a concrete water tower which has 3 floors, if I may say. The first one, the second one, and then the top one. On top I've placed some iron sheets. That is iron sheets just to cover my water and even the tank from heat and sun. But and I chose to do it horizontally, going up, so that I get maximum pressure at the very far end area, the farthest end where I want my water to reach. So I chose the highest position. That is point number 1 when you are considering how to do your water tower. This is my highest point, and in it, this is where now we erected the structure. My borehole is not anywhere near here. It's at the far end where you can see that baobab tree, the dry looking baobab tree at the far end, somewhere there. That is now where the borehole is. It's actually in like 500 meters away. So I pump the water from the borehole to this place. I use solar panels. I have solar panels and electricity. I change over the one I prefer depending on the need of my water. So I can choose to use electricity or solar when I'm not in a hurry to collect water for purposes of irrigation. So This is now the water tower. And in this water tower, when I pump my water from that far end, it comes, I have piped it all along. And this is the entry point here. This is the entry point here. When the water pumps from the borehole, this is how I have distributed it. From the entry point here, it goes up using that single pipe, until the topmost part there. That is now the point of entry where it gets into the tank, the first tank. After I fill the first tank, the water overflows. And when it overflows, this is the other side of the tank. If you can see up there where I'm pointing using this metal stick, that is where it overflows, comes down and gets into the second tank. After getting into the second tank, it fills the second tank. Then once again, through gravity and overflow system, it comes out through this pipe here. This pipe, it comes and then starts dropping into the third tank, which is now this one. And then immediately the third tank is full, the water comes out through that outlet into this pipe, then into this pipe now, then all the way to the exit point. Then it overflows around here. It comes to this point where it overflows into this trench where I've planted some fruits. And see, this is a pixel orange, that is a mango, this is an avocado. I chose to plant this avocado here because avocado is a water intensive plant. Then all the way a pixel, mangoes, it goes through this trench. And then to an extent, it equally follows, it goes to that other, we pipe it here, we connect another pipe. Once this trench is full, we connect another pipe here, which is this one down here, an extension, and take it all the way to that other second trench down there, which has some mango fruits too and pixel oranges all the way. That is where I take the overflow of my borehole water, simply because I choose not to waste anything out of the overflow. But Anthony, you may probably go up. So what is happening right now, when you want to check the level of water, your man comes, or you can even go up to the, I have erected a structure here, a steel structure, a steel ladder, to enable us go upscale the water tower up to the top, as you can see by man doing it with ease, slowly but sure. When he gets up there, just in event you want to confirm the flow of your water, that is what we do. That is Anthony on top. Imejaa kabisa Sawa. That is what Anthony is checking. That is how we check our water, or when we want to repair or check on anything, the outlet, the inlet, any repair work, you scale this ladder, which is a steel ladder. I've painted it brown to avoid rust. Haya, unaweza shuka basi. So by so doing, Anthony is now coming down, is ascending from top there. This is approximately some around 30 meters high. No, around 20 meters to the top. So on top up there, I've placed a 10,000 water tank. I chose to buy it from Super Tank. That is 10,000. This is another 10,000. And this is another 10,000 water tank. I mean, I have three 10,000 liter water tanks which give me at any given time 30,000 liters of borehole water for my irrigation. At this far end, as you can see, there are some metal bars protruding, steel metal bars, Y10. I intend, this is for future expansion. This is the metal I'm talking about, and this one here. So the day I would want to extend, I'll just erect another structure here, down here, and then up and place some more water tanks. But for now, I think I'm content with this, or rather I love to be content with what I have here until the time, probably when I expand my agriculture. That is when I'll choose to erect another structure. It's actually another point to consider when erecting this structure is the access to the road. As you can see, that is the road, that is a motorbike passing by. This is where vehicles pass by. And I had to consider the location simply because at times when you have excesses, you can sell water to your neighbor, you can sell water to water boozers, and that is what the factors I consider. That is the main road. That is another motorbike passing by. That is the main road, tarmac road, next to my farm, here at Michorani farm. And those are the factors to consider. I told you factor number one is you consider the highest point in your farm. Secondly, the nearness to the road for purposes of selling your water. You don't need to erect this structure at your homestead to avoid commotion and actually to provide you with the privacy you require as you do your things. Water, if it is about water sales, I mean, you erect the structure at the highest point possible so that it doesn't intrude or even interfere with your privacy. In this case, I am truly very far. As you compare, when you compare my homestead, which is down there, that is my homestead down there, and where the water tower is, you can see there is a distance of around 200 meters. So I'm guaranteed of privacy. Not that I don't like neighbors, no, I do. But when it comes to business water, let them come and purchase water from here and leave me enjoying my privacy. So with me here is Hillary the man. Say hi to my viewers. How are you, Bwana Hillary?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, good. Hillary is the man who operates this system. He makes sure that water is full at any given time before we start our irrigation. And down here, Bwana Hillary, this is now, on this other side, this is now the structural, I mean how we distribute the water. I mean how the water comes out. From this side, I did show you how the water entry now up to the upper tank. But on this side is now how the water gets out. Kindly, if you are keen, get to see how we did this system, which is so easy. It's all based on gravity. On top there is the outlet for the upper tank. Down here is the outlet for the second tank, which all of them are at the base of the tank for purposes of gravity. I mean, for the gravitational push. This one is the second tank, which the outlet is at the base, and then this is the third tank, which this is the outlet. What do we call this? Oh yeah, the open. These are ball valves. These are the ones we open to let the water spill out. This is now a giant ball valve. I've now closed. We have a second ball valve here, or rather a tap. This is what we use to, if you want now to get water from the upper, this is the ball valve for the upper. That is now the lock for the upper. This is now for the second, the middle one, the one which is up here. And then this is the third one for this tank specifically. So when you open your water, I listen keenly, you will the sound of water dropping. Yes. So what happens, this is how you operate your tanks. If you want to use the upper tank, this is where you open from. If you want to use the second tank, this is where you open from. You close this one, you close this one, you open this tap. If you want to use the third tank without interfering with the two as they get refilled, you close them. Once you close these taps, you open this one to provide you with water for the lower tank. Once the water comes out, of which this is now the level, the pipe which now supplies me, there is a gadget here which I'm almost telling you what it does. This is a water filter, a screen filter, which has a mesh wire inside. You will see it operating. One thing, what the plumber told me, is that the pipe which brings the water is a 40 millimeter circumference pipe, but the outlet is 50 millimeters, so that it gives a lot of water, because as you continue piping your water, you reduce from 50 millimeters to 40 to 30 to 20, and then to the 10 mm drip pipes. The 10 mm drip pipes. So it's an issue of reduction. The water comes in through a 40 mm, which I may show you here. This is a 40 millimeter HDPE pipe. This is 40, but the one which is now the outlet is 50. The size is slightly bigger. This is 50 mm outlet pipe. So that is what we do. There is that arithmetic, but your plumber, from wherever you are watching, your plumber will assist you in piping and getting to know how the radius of your pipe. But in this case, we chose to use 40 mm, and then the outlet is 50 mm, so that we reduce as it goes to where you designate it to go. So in this regard, Wana Hillary, what is this?
It's a filter.
What is it?
Water filter.
That is a water filter. What is the purpose of that water filter?
We filter the water before it comes out, to avoid siltation.
Oh, to avoid siltation.
Yes.
And all the dirt from the borehole, so that it doesn't block
the drip lines.
The drip lines.
When you are opening your drips.
When you are opening the drips and the drip pipes. Because they drip through some very minute, small holes. So the reason of this, for this water,
filter, so that the water comes out when it's clean.
When it's clean.
To avoid clogging the drip lines.
To avoid clogging, or rather blocking the drip lines. Oh, wonderful.
So the water has to come out clean.
Yes. Can you demonstrate how you clean it to my viewers? I can see you have a brush down there. There's a brush somewhere down there. Demonstrate how you do it. So it has an opening there. Wow, the pressure. That is all water coming out from the filter. This is all water. So you use the brush to clean it, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, so that is the filter now.
This is the filter.
Wow. It has some mesh. Very small holes, yeah? You may lock the water. Okay. So this is the mesh which does the filtration, yeah? So the dirt remains here, and the clean water comes out through here, yeah? And that is how you use a toothbrush to clean it, yeah?
Yes.
Great. So now it's clean, yeah? Okay. The dirt is out here. And then you...
Hata wanaweza ona pressure ya maji.
Wow. This is wonderful. Look at the pressure, the level of the pressure. Okay, close it. That is water from the upper tank, or rather from the tank. Then it passes through here, it's filtered, and once it's filtered, it now goes through here, that other pipe. That is the inlet, then this is the outlet. In between, that is where the filter is fixed. Okay. He's closing the filter. And you keep your brush there. So from here to your drip system.
The drip system.
Okay. Viewer, I hope you're learning something. Today I decided to bring you the secret behind my irrigation and how I have set up the water tower system. As you continue to watch, viewer, I always request you to kindly like, subscribe, share, press the notification bell for my next video. I mean for a notification when I release the next video on farming, and keep watching my vlogs. Let's continue. Now from here, I chose to, from here, my dear viewer, I chose to erect an outlet so that I may sell water. An outlet which I used to sell water to water boozers, people who need 10,000, 5,000, 20,000 liters of water. And this is the lock here. When I bring the camera close, this is the lock where I normally operate. This is it. That is the lock which now I used to get water out and into this pipe and into that point. That is the point of sales, or rather the point of contact with my water boozer. They come and park out here. Once they park outside here, we now supply them with water. So Anthony just demonstrates how we open the water so that we may see the pressure. That is Anthony opening. Now the water, that is now the water coming out from the pipe which dispenses. You can see the volume. I fill a water boozer, 5,000, 10,000 water boozer within the shortest time possible through this simple system. This is now the water itself. You may close it. That is now how I sell the water from my water tower. These are my water towers. The point of sale is just next here. And then, my dear viewer, now for small retailers and neighbors who want assistance, or those who choose to buy water from me, I have a water kiosk here. Anthony, let us get in here. I have a water kiosk, which I equally constructed at some using locally available material. These are bricks, then a metal door for security purposes, and to lock in the evening. You can see I've planted trees to provide me shade in future. I intend to resign here. The day I'll stop working, I'll be selling my water to the villagers and to those who want water. So this is my water kiosk. This is my water kiosk. And I have a counter here. I have a window. I have a window here. And there are two pipes out here, which I use, the green pipes, which I use now to sell the water. In here, I have two taps to dispense the water. You can see it's well ventilated, and I have some counter here. I can sell fresh vegetables to the villagers or passers-by, since the road is just next to me here. That is a tarmac road. And I have another counter out here to display my vegetables or what is in stock in that day. I mean for that day. So I come here. When one wants to buy water, I just open this valve and the water comes out as it is doing right now. Then I sell it, or rather give it. I can at times give it for free, at times I sell it for some little money with a 20 liter jerrycan going for, how much do you sell like 20 liter jerrycan? 5 shillings. 5 shillings, 5 Kenya shillings per 20 liter jerrycan. So I basically assist the community. What I do basically is to assist the community, not really a matter of sales, but I discourage the sale of small quantities of water because I need the water for irrigation. So this is my my water kiosk, which I've erected using bricks and plastered it, and this is where the person who is selling water, stays, or rather does his operation. So viewer, mine was actually to show you I equally have a water meter here. I've supplied, this is another place where I've supplied, there is a water meter here. There is a neighbor whom I've supplied with water around that area. There is a neighbor. So this is where I normally, there is a meter for billing purposes. To this point, my viewer, unless you have any comment or compliment, I think I'm coming to the end of my video, hoping that you've learned something. This is very doable. We are in Kambo Sub-County, Kibwezi, Makueni County, Kenya, East Africa. This is how we do it. For now, ciao, be blessed. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next.